Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 3. 1 2 1 4. 1 2 1 8. I don't care. Mic check. Can I get a mic check in here? Y'all got me so jacked up in the chats. Hopefully you can hear me. But I'm sitting here trying to, collect myself, right? And I'm reading the chat. And you guys are eating SoFi, eating live alerts, eating. My boy E Rich back from a camping trip, ready to eat. Let's go. He hungry. He been eating hobos the whole time. Come on, MREs. I got you, big dog. I can send you a couple. Don't be starving out there in the woods. All right. Let's go through roll call. What's up, Shelly? Everybody in green is a member of Sacrifice for Riches, so shout out to y'all. Thanks for supporting your boy, especially those with the goats on fire. You're day ones, and I really appreciate it. And I know some of you have been rocking with me for a long time. That's probably not a member, but that's okay because I'm probably with you over at KGU, so that's dope. If you from KGU, give me a hashtag KGU in the building. All right. We already know what time it is. What's up? What's up, Roll Life? Will to the feet. I see you, Queen. GQ, SoFi, absolutely, big dog. I didn't get in it today, but we rode that wave up and down, up and down. So hopefully you ate big on that. Monique, love to see you, Queen. Thanks for being here. Mel, what's up? Tasita, what's up, Queen? Good evening, family. I'm just reading through the comments, right? Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Jenny or Gianni? I'm sorry. Let me know if I got your name wrong. All right. All the way in the UK. Let's go. Let's go. UK in the building. All right. Anybody else foreign? Anybody else from out of the country? I get a lot of Canadians, which is dope. I can't wait to visit Canada one day. Just so I can go fishing. Oh my. Just so I can go fishing. I would love to go fishing in Canada. KGU S4, I love it. Representing both discords. Love to see it. Love to see it. Jeannie, love it. Thank you so much for clarifying that for me. What's up, Kylie? What's up? What's up? It's the end of the month. We ready to start the next one. All right, hold up. I gotta get this off the screen so I'm not getting all tripped up. All right, so we got 30 viewers, 30 plus. If you have not hit the like button, please do it for your boy. I really, really would appreciate it. I'm gonna cover a couple things to start off, and then you already know what time it is. Your boy got batteries in his alert button, so we're gonna get to the rapid fire chart analysis as we do. If this is your first time here, right? I gotta take a breath. If this is your first time here, this is what goes down. I might have a little bit of news in the beginning, right? But after we get through the intros and all that other stuff, right, then we kick over to the charts. When I bring up the charts, this is called rapid fire chart analysis, to which I look for your tickers in the comments. I don't care if it's Apple. I don't care if it's some new ticker that just IPO'd. I don't care what it is. You feed me that ticker, I pull it up on the chart, and then I give you my analysis as far as what I think about the chart, the technicals. Now, it's helpful if you give context so I can speak to what you're trying to accomplish, right? So what do I mean by that? Sorry, I got to take a deep breath real quick. All right, so what do I mean by that? What was I talking about? Oh, got it. So, for example, if you're looking at AMD and you're saying, man, I really want to short AMD tomorrow, or I really thinking I'm shorting I want to short AMD tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Then say that. Say, thinking of shorting AMD, right? Or AMD short, right? Or AMD calls, whatever it is, right? If it's not on options, then maybe it's investing, right? Maybe you're just trying to buy shares. Thinking about adding to my position on X, whatever it is. Hold on. Maybe you type in DCA Apple. It could be short, sweet, whatever it is, pretty quick, okay? And then I'll know that, hey, Kelsey's looking to buy Apple shares, or you can just say Apple shares. So I assume that Kelsey's trying to figure out at what point is a good point to load up on Apple, right? Or you can say Junior's looking at AMD. Junior might say, man, AMD just fell like a rock and I'm looking for an opportunity to go long. So AMD calls, and I'll know that that's what you're thinking on that ticker. All right. I still need to take a breath, y'all. I'm gonna I'll always move at my pace. Okay. So if I need to take a breath, hopefully y'all can respect that. But I can sense my heart rate's a little elevated. And every time before the rapid fire analysis, this live stream, I just ramp up. But this has kind of been my day, my month. So I just gotta identify when I have these issues and I can feel it, right? And take a step back. And we're gonna talk a little bit about that too, as it relates to the mindset of trading. Because your boy did fall through some pitfalls because of anxiety and anxiousness, right? Things like that. When your nerves aren't in check, when your head space isn't clean and clear, then mistakes will be made, right? You will overtrade. You will hop in too early or hop out too early. Hop in or hop out too early. You'll just make mistakes, and we need to be mindful of what our body and our brain is telling us, and take that step back. And it's easier said than done when I'm not in it, but when you're in it, it's hard, right? So I've made some mistakes, and this is part of like what I've been going through. So bear with me. I just need to take a breath before I can do what I do best, and that's give y'all the business to the best of my abilities. Okay, so just give me a break. I'm gonna take a look at the tickers. I'm sorry, at the comments, but just know this: I will not be scrolling back for tickers. I won't look at tickers until I say go and this clock starts. Okay, so just know, hold your tickers, just have them in mind. Those that are in green will get priority. Okay. And if you're a KGU, put KGU at the end of your ticker because you're priority too. KGU is home all day. All right. So give me a minute. All right. While I take my minute, I'm gonna crank up the music. All right. Just in case somebody gets all upset because I'm taking a moment, just know that there's YouTubers out here that do things like this, and it's like watching the Clear Eyes guy give a lecture, and that's not who I am. So we go through about 20 plus tickers during this live stream, so just best believe it will ramp up, but your boy just needs to take a pause. All right, so just please respect that. If you can't respect that for the time and you don't have time, it's okay. Take off. This will be rewatchable. That's fine. But I love to have everybody here participating. Okay, so stick around. Hey, Christine's in the green. I love it. What's up, Queen? Sorry, I missed you the other day. I really am. But we'll link up soon. Alright. I'm gonna give myself like a minute, y'all. Just 1 minute. And because everything I do kind of falls on a timer for the most part, I'm gonna set my timer to give me space and me time. In the meantime, I want to hear about y'all wins in the chat. Let me know if y'all ate off a particular play. Maybe it's something I called, maybe it's something I didn't call. It doesn't matter, but I'd love to hear from y'all to see what's been working, what ticker's been feeding y'all for the month or for just the past couple days. All right. And then of course, please hit the like button. I gotta keep it real, Shelly, 100%. Because if I'm not real with y'all, I can't be real with myself, and it's just what it is, right? Like I gotta be. This platform is for me to be transparent. It's for me to share the dark part of trading, right? The downside of it, because it's not all great. So if I'm not doing that, then I'm just another YouTuber. I'm just another guy. And I'm sure there's people that share all that stuff, you know, but I don't see a lot of it. I didn't see a lot of it. So this is kind of like my space. This is the route I'm taking, right? Try not to forget about the people that are coming into the game, trying to figure it all out. All that stuff is important, especially in the mindset part of things. So AVGO puts paid $315. Let's go. Love to see it. Love to see it. Jeannie, I love that. I love that. Question is, did I give myself enough time? And I think it's enough time. All right, I'm still right, but the nerves will go away once we get rolling. All right. Let me turn my music down. All right, I need confirmation real quick. Put a 1 in the chat if the music and my voice is okay, right? KGU in the building. What's up, Ian? Newbie to options. I'm in Apple calls 10, 17, 25, 215. Hang on. Average down. Sell as I'm green. Kelsey. All right. I want to stay in the live, but I'm at work, so I might have to. That's okay. That's okay, Eddie. I appreciate you telling me that, Eddie. Just because you're at work, what ticker do you want me to go over so I can take care of you right away, big dog? Okay, let's do this. All right, let's ride. All right, so. How long are we gonna do this for? It's end of month, so I mean the month is over. we trying to kick off August, so because of that, and I see we got a lot of love in here. All right, I think we got 53 viewers plus. Do I have at least 45 likes? If so, we'll do it for 25 minutes. If not, then I'll just go down to 20 minutes. Which is fine. How many likes do we got? What's up, KGU? Let's go. D'Angelo. All right. Well, I think enough time has passed. All right. So let's get into it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stocks4Rell, Sacrifice for Riches, and today we are getting into the rapid fire chart analysis. This is where we look into the charts, we bring up the charts, and I look to the chat, the comments, and look at the tickers that y'all bring to the table, and I don't care how small or how big the company is, I am doing what I can to help you with my analysis. Essentially, hopefully you've done your own due diligence, and all I'm doing is either verifying or confirming what you already know. If not, it is what it is. Maybe you learn something as I'm doing my charting. Things are pretty broad, not too detailed. So this is not a training exercise. If you want live training, then become a Megalodon, right? I have archives for lower tier members for that stuff. On the other side, if you are KGU, myself, you got Spy King, you got Catching Rockets, you got Jumpman, you got KG, you got Gator, you got all of these goats, crown traders, and then those that aren't wearing crowns are kings as well. That's helping everybody figure it all out. But nonetheless, those that wear a crown, right, or tagged, we do live training and trading. To give y'all the scoop, 4 live trading sessions for KGU a month per crown trader, and 2 live training sessions. Okay, if you're in Sacrifice for Riches, it's a little mix. You get the 4, and you could probably get a little bit more, just because that's just what I can do. All right, but that is what I got. I gotta share some links, and then we're gonna get right to the charts. Okay, if you have any questions before we get into it, let me know, and I will gladly answer them for you. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. That is the link for Sacrifice for Riches, but because about 25%, probably about 20% of the people in my Discord are also in KGU, you need to understand that you have to be a doctorate member to access all the crown information. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just looking for my my link for KGU real quick. Copy text, because you have options. You have options. So pick your poison. It's best to be in both. But nonetheless, whatever floats your boat, right? Whatever perks you need for you to succeed is where you should be, right? So without further ado, we're gonna switch over. What's up, Uncut? 43 likes so far. That's good enough for me. But please, if you're just tuning in, still hit the like button. All right. We're going to do a 25-minute timer. Okay? So, when I say go, load me up with your tickers. All right? Ready? Go. Let's do it. What we got? Ticker. ORCL. Oracle. 250 put. KGU. Love to see it. All right. I might start off a little slow, but I'll be there. I promise you. All right. So. Wow. All right. I got you on Oracle. This is starting off a little slow, but we'll be all right. $34. All right. Whew. I got to get my stuff together. All right. So essentially, this level right here at 234 is like your do or die level. Above this level, you're bullish. Below it, you're bearish. Okay. And it looks like in the after hours right now, you're at 252. So you're above the level, which is solid. Okay, so let's see where we're going. That is the question. Where are we going? All right, 275.80, 275.30 is my ceiling for this. So this would be my max take profit if I was to look at this level or at this stock on a call, right? Where it closed at pretty much is, hold on 1 second. All right, I gotta turn my head this way. Hold up. Let me fix my screen real quick, y'all. All right, this is better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. I color code things, so just bear with me for just a minute. I gotta get my color set and my head right. So if this takes me more time than I want, then I will add time. Okay, no problem. But we will start cruising here, okay? But this is a stock I have not charted yet. Okay, so this is like kind of like my structure for Oracle, ORCL, okay? So essentially, if you're above 253.81, we're going to be bullish, okay? Below it, we're bearish, okay? So that's just that story. My floor is 233.16. My ceiling is 275.30, okay? There's some levels in between that. Like for instance, to the downside, you're looking at probably about 243.15, and then to the upside, you're looking at about 263. Okay, I'm gonna move on from here, but yeah, move on from here. My bad. I gotta go. But the put is not looking bad. Chewy. Ticker symbol CHWY. All right, Chewy for who is this? Denise, D Nice. Let's go, Queen. I love me some Chewy, but I've done these charts other places already, like on my saved charts, but we're not on those charts right now. So here we go. Come on, man, just work. All right, well, this is pretty straightforward. We got Chewy all the way back down when it was $17, y'all. Just so y'all know. Is this accurate? Okay, 57.86. Chewy's a little bit of a broader range, but okay. So I want y'all to see it's pretty straightforward, right? So essentially, if you're looking at Chewy, you're in an uptrend, right? You're in an uptrend. You got higher highs and higher lows. So right now we are testing this ascending line of support, okay? But it looks like we might have broke through in the after hours. Did we? No, we're kind of there. So we're flirting with this line. However, at the end of the day, if we're below 39.79, we're bearish. Above it, we're bullish, okay? So this is a make or break line, and this is something that I would set an alert for. Now, those that are in the Discord, you know that my alerts that I set on my charts will trigger you instantly. So when I get the alert, you'll get the alert. So I will go back through this video on tickers that I'm interested in, and then I'll make sure that I set up proper entries, exits, take profit targets for those particular tickers. Okay, so Chewy is one of them that I'm interested in going forward. Next up, AMD, KGU. I see you. So we've been playing AMD, all right, and this is already done. So I don't really need to do much, but tell you what's going on. What's going on? All right. So essentially. We hit my max take profit target of 184.37. I made these levels prior to us even reaching these heights, okay? So we were pretty spot on and ready to go with AMD all day. So now that we've fallen below 175.60, we are bearish, right? We are bearish on AMD, and we are looking for our next level of support at 167.04, which happens to be a previous level of supply. If you don't understand the concept of supply and demand, then become a doctorate or a megalodon, or just get on, all right? Just start watching some live streams or whatever, or Google and do your own due diligence, all right? But essentially, this is a zone of interest, and from what I see here, is more of a passive zone than an aggressive zone. So once we fall to this level, if we fall into this zone, I would not be quick just to hop into a call or put. You really have to see how price reacts to this level and then go from there. But we very well could come back here just to retrace and just continue on towards the upside. Notice that we are in an uptrend with higher lows, higher lows and higher highs. Okay, so you see this, right? So that is what it is. So we're coming back to retest this ascending line of support. Moving on. This AMD will be a ticker of interest. So I will be setting some alerts here. And then I will be making sure that the family is put on. All right. Wolf. Hold up. Let's see what we got. WMT. We're going to do that first. WMT. Now, we all know what time it is with this one, right? Come on, Merlin. You see what I see. I've been talking about these triangles for good grip, right? So you have neutral position, okay? And in this particular instance, this is what is called a pennant, right? So this one here, because we came into this on a bullish move, then likely we are to see a breakout towards the upside. Is it a guarantee? No, but this is what I'm kind of expecting. Now with these, it's pretty tough because there's not a lot of room towards the upside. What I mean by that is typically when you get a breakout from a neutral position or any type of chart pattern like this, your take profit target is typically the high and low of the initial entry. So you have much more room towards the downside at $91 for a put as a target versus upside with the $99 on the call coming from $97. So it's a $2 move to the upside or a $5 move to the downside for your initial take profit targets. So what you would do, again, this is not a class, but I'm going to do that just to be safe face. So these would be my price targets essentially off rip. And if we fell below that, great, right? But that's what I would be looking at. There's more to this, but I'm not going to dig too deep on Walmart. It is what it is. All right. We all know that we've been struggling to stay above $100. So what else we got? Apple. Queen Christine Apple, she's in a call with an expiration of 8/15. Not sure, gave myself enough time. So she gave herself about 2 weeks on this. So ticker symbol AAPL, Apple. So I'm going to tell you what we see. So essentially, Apple just broke out of a neutral position. Okay. We essentially had a descending triangle on Apple, and then we had a breakout towards the upside. Y'all see this? So that's what's going on. So right now, Apple is pretty bullish, but we do have this wall here that we need to stay above, which is 213.50. All right. Again, when you break out of a chart pattern, the take profit target is a high, and you can see that we have struggled to hold this line or stay above this line. So until we find confirmation above this, hey, it's not going nowhere. But I will tell you this, AMD looked just like this, and then it took off like a rocket. So just know you're not wrong in being calls, but you're not really in the clear yet either. Likely, just so you know, and let me paint you a picture. We did this move, right? And we broke out, and we might see something like this before we see a continuation towards the upside with Apple. Just know. Moving on. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? If I missed something, just re-put it in because I'm not scrolling up. Wolf, KGU. Okay. I don't know what this is, but I don't have any context on this either. But okay, let me just do what I can. Okay. Well, technical uptrend. We had a false breakdown and back up, right? We just broke out of this technical downtrend, which is okay, good to see. You have a break of structure, is exactly what you want to see before hopping into a play. So until this is broken down, right, you're golden on calls. I don't know what you're looking to do here, but this would be pretty much your wall. Let me make sure I'm accurate here. Let me zoom out. All right, I need some time on this one, just a little bit. I don't want to spend too much, but I got to zoom way out. Okay. I kind of like when this happens. So you had symmetrical triangle that broke out bullish, right? Came back, fell below the ascending line of support. That ascending line of support now becomes the ascending line of resistance, and you have a new uptrend forming. So essentially, from what I can tell, above 556 is kind of like where you want to be on this. If you can find confirmation above this, you might be in the clear, but you also have to understand that it's very choppy in either direction. So you don't get a clear path. What you got going for you right now is that you have, I'm on the weekly, but you have an increase in volume as prices also moving upwards, okay? So that's a good sign. And then we are bullish on the MFI, okay? Which you use whatever indicators that you use, but these are multiple signals that tells me that we are still, we're still bullish on this stock. Too much time on Wolf, my apologies, let's move on. Let's go to Meta. Okay, Jordan says, oh, I'm sorry, Anisha, I got you, big queen, after this. Man, we had Meta set up. These are already set before we even hit these levels, which I love to see it when it happens, but now we've crushed our level of 731.76. So essentially, we already broke out on Meta. And what we need to see now before we hop into anything is see if we can see a pullback. Now, I can tell you what the next take profit targets are on Meta and play them accordingly, okay? So, 828.58, 828. Come on. There we go. This would be my next ceiling, my next high, max. That would be my max take profit here, okay? And then we already hit an area of interest that I would have tagged of 779.85. So here's my take on Meta, right? Right now, we have, I'm on the weekly still, right? But we have demand on the weekly, okay? Hold on, I gotta be quick. We have demand on the weekly, love to see it. And then we have this run up, but we hit my level of 779.85. If we break above this level, I'm setting an alert. If we break above this level, we're bullish. Below this level, we're bearish, okay? Take profit targets. I'm gonna get these all set up for the Discord, and as the alerts pop, I'll get better at this. I'll be able to screenshot some of these plays in the meantime to KGU as well. But your boy can only do so much. I'm only one person. All right. So these would be my take profit targets for Meta. Okay. So you just got the whole game right here for the most part, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay. There's more to it, but I'm not gonna dive too deep into it on this right here. Ernacia said Tesla, TSLA. Let's go. Woo. All right. So man, drink. This is perfect. Okay, because we've already run this on Tesla. All right, we've identified a symmetrical triangle, right? hold on, I can draw it out so you can see it better. We identified the trend, and now we are breaking through. Now let me make sure that I'm on point with my lines, because I get in trouble if I don't have my lines right. All right, so essentially, yeah, this is pretty accurate. I'm gonna bring this down right here. All right, so with Tesla, this zoom out, okay? So you see the triangle, right? But ignore that real quick. Ignore that real quick. And I want you to see this right here. Okay, I have a demand zone, I have a supply zone, and then this level right here is like my crossroad. So 339.89, below this is bearish all day on Tesla. Above it, we're bullish, okay? Now, in the shorter term, where we are, this orange dotted line was a previous point of control for Tesla, okay? So at 323.34. So making early or like more zoomed in decisions, once we rejected and fell below this level at 323.34, it was time for potential shorts, okay? Or anytime we hit and reject it at this line or this descending line of resistance, okay? So now we're kind of breaking through this zone, okay? We're breaking through this zone, and we need to clear this. And if we do, towards the downside, our max take profit for Tesla is going to be well into this demand zone, which is around 275, okay? Y'all need to know this. If we fall into this zone, well, first of all, I would be looking for shorts into the zone. And then as we approach the zone, I would be paying attention to volume. And then if we fell deep into the zone, I would be looking to exit my position and looking for a reversal, aka calls toward the upside. So again, that is what I'm going to say on Tesla. I'll dig into that later. TTD, nope, TTD, ticker symbol, TTD. All right, I don't know what this is, but we're going to talk about it. Let's go out, zoom out. If I'm not familiar with the stock, I tend to like to zoom way out. All right. This has been trading within a range, okay? So you have your foundation, okay? I like to do, like, I got a box edge method that I use, to which, like, I zone my trades a little bit, and I kind of determine, okay, where are we bullish and bearish, okay? And then in this one in particular, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I color code everything. I have it written in my business plan. I know exactly what a color is when I'm looking at my charts, and I do not deviate because I do not like to be confused when I'm looking at entering trades. So essentially, we are hitting the ceiling here. We already did. So if I zoom in, it probably got rejected this level. So we're looking for shorts up here, just to be real. I'm always real. I'm always real. But at $90, if we can't break above this, then we're shorting this all the way back down. Now, to where our max take profit target would be $65.13, but you can probably, your take profit one would be, that's right on the money. This would be your take profit one if you see an opportunity to short. Now on a 4 hour, this is supply that hit, so you do have some things going for you that tells you that it's okay to short here. Now we just need confirmation, which was rejection at this level right here at $88.36. Moving on, TTD. I actually like this. I'm gonna hit an alert because I'm trying to see what's good. All right, but this is the max take profit, I think, right here, because anything in between, it could just be a retracement. So I'm not gonna give you every level. Let's see here. I already did Wolf. Queen, you got to rewind the video. CoreWeave, DCA. Well, what's the ticker, big dog? Okay, it worked. Woo. Dollar cost average into a stock. Thank you so much for communicating this. Now, CoreWeave is pretty much, it hit a floor. Okay, this right here, this level at 102 would have been my trigger to enter a, add to my position. Now, what's great is that I'm on the 4-hour and I've identified a demand zone. Okay, so anytime CoreWeave kind of pulls into this area right here, we got 105.24 to $100.82. That would be my range to which I'm looking to buy this stock. Now, you have to also understand that if this falls down, right, it's very possible that we blow through this and then whip back in. Okay, so you remember the slingshot method that I talked to you about, Roll Life. So this is how I would probably see this going, but I do not see this kind of falling all the way down to the next level, $64. Okay, so actually there's demand here too, but I don't really like it, so I'm just going to stick with what I see right here. Okay, but yes, you are in a downtrend. And hold up, before I get off of this stock, let me just check my analysis. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is helpful so far. All right. So, but you guys know, you see that we're in a downtrend. So essentially we need to break this trend, right? To just look for calls. But if you're looking at dollar cost average into this play, then I'd be looking to enter around 105. Okay, just to start. But yeah, I don't think you can go wrong down here at all. PANW. Okay, PANW. I don't know what this is. Okay, I'm glad I zoomed out. All right, because look at this. We are in a clear uptrend, right? We're in a clear uptrend. Higher lows, right? And some higher highs with a couple false breakouts. Now, what we see going on right here is, like, I love when they try to trip people up, but it's like if I zoom in to a different time frame, this is like a false signal of a head and shoulders pattern. So I see this move coming back down, but I don't think that this is going to fall through. I think this is false. But let me zoom in and see if I can get a better look. 1, 2. Well, never mind. On the short term, this is a head and shoulders that's qualified. This is a qualified head and shoulders pattern. So, where are we going? Well, we have to confirm below this ascending line of support, but essentially what we would want to do is look for retracement back here, which it looks like we already got that and we got rejected. So I don't know what you're trying to accomplish with this one. I didn't get any context, but as of right now, a short chart pattern formed, and we're kind of just waiting for it to find some support. But I don't want to dig into this one too much without much context, okay? So I'm going to leave this as it is. Thank y'all for letting me know that this is helpful. Coin. Okay, let's go coin. Yep. All right, time. But I'm going to get 2 more in here, okay? And then we're going to see what we got. So we've been rocking with coin for a little bit on a different chart for sure. Okay, I gotta get rid of this volume profile. Sometimes it's in the way. I feel like, give me a minute on coin. I've already done the analysis on coin. I just want to make sure that, yeah, I'm accurate here. This is where I slow down just a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna get rid of some stuff that's kind of throwing me off. All right, so with coin, we got inside bar or bearish engulfing, right? Essentially, I'm not looking at the wicks, I'm looking at the body, right? So this is looking pretty bearish, but the signal is here for demand for potential calls. So this is the zone I'd be looking at to potentially enter calls for Coinbase. Okay, so if we fall into demand, kind of the same situation. If we fall into it, we could go through and then come back up, or we can get real aggressive right here. Okay, we can get real aggressive, meaning that we can come down to this zone and bounce right up. Okay, and then take off and hit a new high of 485. Okay, this is what I'll be looking for. I'm going to set an alert on coin because I am interested. All I need is a one-time alert, and yeah, I'll do the details later, and then those in the Discord, you will get those alerts as they pop off. Okay, but hold on, give me a minute. All right, what are we looking for alerts on right now? We're looking at coin, AMD, Chewy. What was the other one? Tesla. Was there anything else that I said that it's worth me tagging? I feel like I'll double check TTD, and then there was one in the beginning. Maybe it was Oracle, but I don't think so. Let me know if I forgot anything, Discord members. All right, thoughts on SoFi, CRCL. Okay, I'm gonna be done. I'll give you thoughts on SoFi. I'm gonna end it on that. Okay, Kali, I see you. Hold up, INTC. I do this for Kali, right? Just because I know I've already done this. So we're still in our pattern, big dog. Okay, so we have this descending triangle. All right, I'm not gonna draw it again. What am I doing? All right, so we're waiting on the breakout. Again, as long as if we can trade this descending line of resistance for shorts, or this support level right here at 1858. So essentially, if you see something like this, if you see something like where we fall down and we wick back into above this level, okay, then we want to look for potential calls. Okay, we want to look for potential calls, because then we'll just ride that wave all the way back up to the ascending line or descending line of resistance. Okay, hopefully that helps. But Intel is, as far as a company to own, is a good area to buy potentially. Okay, now for me to justify buying, I would have to really go back and then make sure that, you know, I mean, I see what I like, right? This is like my absolute, I would do, this is my point of no return type deal, and I would just do that. But I'd be interested in buying Intel around this level. Okay, these are potential demand zones. I don't like it. Let's go to, we have inside bars. I'm not seeing a lot of like good looking reactions down here per se, so I'm not gonna tag anything, but you got what I just told you. Okay, hey, what happened to my descending line? I must have deleted it. Let me just fix it. All right, anyway, SoFi. All right, so anybody that knows me knows that I have about probably like 40 videos on SoFi. All right, or I talk about SoFi across 80 videos. Who knows? I don't know anymore. But SoFi is my baby. SoFi is the reason why I was able to have a solid foundation in my in one of my portfolios. So I put a lot of money into SoFi. I was a believer in the company. Dollar cost average in all the way into $4 territory. I sold thousands of shares, and then I repositioned all that money into AMD, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, Amazon, and a couple others. Okay, so and I still own a good chunk of SoFi, and the money I took off the table, right? The shares that I left in from when I took money off back around $18, something like that. I'm with this recent rocket up to about $25. I'm back to where I was when I had all those shares as far as the total value goes. So pretty happy with where I'm sitting with SoFi. Now I'm not buying any more SoFi. I did my job, right? I'm not buying back up here, even though I think there's room to grow, but no, the ship is sailed for me. But if you're trying to get into SoFi, I've already given the levels. I don't know what to say other than watch the other videos. Like I don't want to hold on, let me see if I can. I don't want to like misspeak, okay? And because this is like a rapid fire thing, so please watch the last SoFi short or the last SoFi video. But as far as my take on SoFi is an amazing company. They will be diluting shares today. It's supposed to happen at the end of the month, so where they're going to be buying back 15% of their or they're going to be selling an additional 15% of their shares. They're pouring shares into the market to raise capital. Now, typically, companies raise capital to take care of debt, to fill any holes that's in the company, to perhaps buy for acquisitions, right? To buy like other companies or whatever. SoFi is doing this from a position of power, in my opinion. So that tells me that we should be good. Now, if SoFi takes this money and then decides to just cover bonuses for everybody instead of doing what they said they were going to do, which is hitting all the quarters of profitability that they said they would, and then I don't know if a goal was to be in the S&P 500, but they have an overall goal for all employees to receive this bonus if SoFi hits certain metrics and milestones. So I hope this isn't a shortcut just to give people the bonuses, but because if it is, that will bring the stock down. We're also looking to figure out what price are they going to be dumping these shares into the market. So some people are predicting about $18 a share, and what could happen is SoFi could very well fall back down to the level to which they are selling the shares into the market for before it rebounds and goes back up. Okay, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I think it's a short-term situation. So it is what it is. I don't know what else to tell you outside of that, but I love SoFi, and I think it's a great company, and I think they're going to exceed expectations and be more than a $25 stock once they get everything that they need right. The last piece of business for SoFi for me is them landing a legacy bank as a client, like a Citi or Bank of America or something like that. We need to see their technology inherited or used by a major bank, right? We need to know that they're now a player in this game, and they are what are they calling it? The AWS of fintech, right? Like they're trying to say that, SoFi is this tech company, and right now we've seen them use their tech with hotel chains and stuff, but we need to see the banks, and the banks, they need to be banging on SoFi's door because they're getting smoked because they are ancient as far as their technology and what they're doing, how long it takes for loans to actually get approved. It's just insane why they're still doing what they're doing. But anything legacy right now that's stuck in their ways, Fidelity, as an example for brokerage accounts, compare them to like a Robinhood or something like that. Like, yeah, they're going to get left in the dust. So anyway, SoFi, I'm going to get off this little soapbox and we're going to close out, but I can see like more of a neutral position forming on SoFi in the meantime. Okay, will this be accurate? I don't know, but I do like to try to predict the move and then determine what it is we're doing. Okay, so it's kind of what I see, or in reverse. Okay, so the reverse would be here, but it would be more like here. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. All right, so that being said, that is the rapid fire chart analysis live stream. Okay, if y'all can appreciate that, if you have not hit the like button, please do so for your boy. I really would appreciate it, because I don't post a ton of content, so every little like, every comment, every super chat, whatever it is super helpful. So late but here to tune in to some knowledge. Love to see it. Spy put, sorry Mel, it is over. It's a wrap. So without further ado, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go spend some time with my family, have some dinner, and then I got some more work to do for the Discord members, because I'm building this app and it's been blood, sweat, and tears, and it's almost done. I cannot wait to introduce my app that I've built for the community, that I will maybe make public, but we will see. But we're going to start with the Leviathans and go from there. Shout out to KGU. Y'all always showing love. I will always be here for y'all. Shout out to S4R, Sacrifice for Riches community. Thank y'all for being here. All love. This is Stocks4Rell, Sacrifice for Riches. Everybody, take care.